Well, hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm out here in the Halsey National Forest. I want to do a little bushcraft trip. Took a little hike in. I brought all sorts of gear because this is my first kind of spring trip. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, so I guess today is the 16th, I believe, of March. And anyway, we're having that spring weather. We had a big rainstorm this last week, followed by a big snowstorm and blizzard. And now we're having nice warm temperatures up in the mid 40s. So I kind of had to bring everything because I didn't know what I was going to get into. But there's much less snow out here than I thought there was going to be. But it's still going to get cold tonight, down to 20, 25, somewhere in there. So I think this is how I'm going to camp. I'd originally intended to pitch my tarp out that way, but I saw that the prevailing wind just keeps coming this way. It's coming kind of from that direction and that direction, which I think is basically northwest. So I've got to kind of shelter myself from that. I'm going to set up my fire out here, and we'll get to cooking dinner in a little bit. But first things first is we need to finish setting up camp and then collect some firewood and fire prep, and we'll get going from there. Moist. Okay, so I think camp's all set up. I showed you some of that. And next task is to go find some firewood. So let's head out, do a little exploring. We'll see if we can find some dead standing trees. This forest is really well managed, and so there's actually not that much dead standing stuff. It's actually really nice. But there are some. And so I've just got to find some that's going to be the right size. I've seen some that are a little too big for me. I don't want to waste resources if I don't have to. But if we have to, we'll take down a larger one as long as it's not too large. And that should give us plenty of firewood for tonight. We're dealing with softwoods here. This is a pinewood forest, mostly some pine and spruce. There's a lot of Scotch pine, ponderosa, some different varieties of cedars, junipers, and a few hardwoods. This, I think, is technically a hardwood. I think it's just a volunteer cottonwood or something like that. Maybe hackberry, I'm not sure. Maybe elm or ash. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know that one. But anyway, we'll take a look, see what we can find, and I'll show you some of that here. Okay, so I think this tree is going to work for me. Took quite a bit of looking, but I think this is going to be okay. Some of this wood is rotten, but I think some of it's good enough to burn. So let's take it down and see what we can get out of it. Timber. All right. Whew. Looks like we got hung up a little bit. Not bad. It's pretty short, topped off little tree. Okay, so I've got a little fire spot here. I was kind of disappointed in the dryness of this big dead tree that I took down, but I'll use what of that I can. I've got a bunch of dead dry branches off of that one, as well as some other ones around here that I found. We'll use those for the medium pieces. I'm going to collect those in, and then we're going to start looking for the little stuff. And I've got some tinder with me that I brought with me, some cattail fluff, and some cotton balls with petroleum. I might try the cattail fluff first, see if I can get going with that. If not, I know that petroleum soaked stuff will go right up. So, and everything's so wet. It's so wet right now. So I think I've got enough fire prep for now. I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to create too much flammable material around my camp at this point. I'm going to try to keep a minimal fire here tonight. Like I said earlier, it's been really wet. We had that rainstorm, the snowstorm, So everything's pretty soaked. I think I found some good, decent wood. I'm gonna have to do some tinder prep before I get started, but I'm also wanting to clean up some of this garbage so that inside these 3 boundaries, everything's kind of contained. Each of those 3 ones are kind of damp logs, and so I think they'll actually hold the fire in pretty good, at least for the time being. So we're gonna keep doing a little bit of clearing, a little bit of fire prep, a little bit of tinder, and then we'll start up a fire. Okay, I think I've got all the fire prep I want to do right now. I'm pretty sure I can get this going now, especially if I cheat a little bit and use my petroleum jelly cotton balls. So I've got my little fire starter pouch that I made. This is just a bunch of tinder and stuff that I keep in some tins in here. So that's the petroleum jelly cotton balls. Got a little dryer lint in there. That seems to work pretty good. I wish we had birch bark around here, but we don't. And this is cattail seed head fluff. I picked this up in a woodland closer to my house. It's a little county park out there. Alright, let's try the fluff first and see if we can get that going. And if we can, great. If not, we will try our friend the petroleum soaked cotton balls. Well, that was interesting. Kind of started and then all fell apart. So let's try it this way. There we go. There we go. Well, I feel like I'm struggling here a bit. I think part of it is just being unprepared. I needed a little bit better tinder, and part of it is everything's pretty wet here still. So I'm going to throw one of these guys in there, and that should get it going, I imagine. I hope. I may have to spark it again. All right, this thing is going. I'm gonna do a little bit more fire prep, get it going a little bit better, get some coals going, change the battery in the camera, and then we'll start thinking about dinner. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make a steak, some asparagus and mushrooms with olive oil and balsamic vinegar. And then I've got a rosemary butter topping for my steak. I always salt and pepper it too, so we're gonna do that. I brought a Guinness because it is St. Patty's Day tomorrow, so I wanted to celebrate that. And yeah, we're gonna chill out here by the fire, drink some Guinness, make some food, cook up our steak. Looks like it's burned down pretty nicely, so I think that's probably good steak cooking temperature right there. We'll just kind of try to keep it right around there. Get going here. Oh, and the garlic. I forgot about the garlic. That is exciting. The old Matthew Posa special, the Great Great. I think I had one of these before I saw him using his, but I love his name for it, the Great Great. So I've adopted it. Great little backpacking grate. Therefore, it's the Great Great. But it isn't the most stable of grates. Its instability is considered its downfall. But I can usually find a good spot for it that works okay. or don't worry too much. Except about the smoke. Oatmeal and coffee for tomorrow morning. My kuksa. Maybe I'll put the Guinness in that. Instead of drinking it out of a can like a savage. I'm all for a little savagery. Alright. Remind me to not touch that handle now. It's going to get hot. At least not without my gloves. Thanks for doing that. A little olive oil. I like being generous with the olive oil. Alright, I think it's time for the Guinness. Olive oil is heating up. Oh yeah. Delicious. I've never drinking beer out of a kuksa before. I made this kuksa. I think it probably holds somewhere between 6 and 8 ounces. Oh, that creamy goodness, man. Now let's get on this dash. Oh yeah. Oh, and a little smoke in my eye too. Oh, Guinness, man. That was the first dark beer I ever tried. I think dark beer intimidates people, so it's a good starter dark beer. It's just immensely drinkable. Delicious, goes with anything and everything. Alright, let's throw the asparagus in. Let's see if they're going to fit. Not quite. A little bit more off the end. Okay. That should do it. That should do it. Get those guys going. Oh! It's ashy! Dad ash! Woo! There you go. Not bad. No harm. Oh man, it's smoke-tacular. It'd be so nice to have hardwoods out here, but we just don't. Rosemary, my friend the portobello, and a couple of garlic cloves. And I think those are all going to go in the pan. I might put the portobello on the grill for a little bit, just depending on how much room I have. We'll see. A little olive oil for the mushy room, give them some nice flavor. And then I've got these little, honestly, they're little old makeup containers that my wife had. I think they're like sample size or something. So I put salt and pepper in there. Alright, the portobello is ready. Throw him in there. Gonna put the rosemary in at the end. We'll do the garlic next. Whew. My wife and I were watching the old music video for Elton John's I'm Still Standing last night. And if you have not seen that music video, you should go out and watch that music video right now. Like, I'm telling you, stop watching this, go watch that, and then come back. Tell me what you think in the comments. Amazing. Not in maybe the first sense of the word amazing, but in one of those secondary or tertiary senses of the word. Oh, look at that. Beaut! Ah, plancha. Plancha, friends. Remember St. Patty brought Christianity to Ireland. Alright. I could use a little bit more olive oil, especially the mushrooms. Mushrooms soak it up. I can't forget the balsamic vinegar. I literally left my house and went back for this. I checked my list. I tried to be super organized. I had a list going. I looked at my list and I was like, balsamic vinegar, no! So I turned around and went and got it. I was only a minute away from my house. It wasn't a big deal, but I knew I had to have it. So got that bad boy. I think it's about time to start thinking about putting that steak on. I'm going to char that mushroom just a little bit, set this off to the side, because I feel like those guys are getting pretty close to done. But the mushroom needs a little bit more time. He went in later and he's big, thick fella. Big, thick fella. Oh yeah. Guinness. I'll tell you, Guinness is not the best stout I ever had. I still think my very favorite stout is the 7-grain survival stout, which is a stout I'd love to bring out with me on one of these trips because it seems apropos. But it's an Oregon stout made by Hopworks Urban Brewery out in Portland. And man, it's just rich. It's like a meal in a bottle, man. I'm sure that's why they named it that. It literally has like 7 grains in it. It's very complex tasting and burly. And it's like 6.5 ABV. It's a burly stout. Earns its name. Oh yeah. Alright. It's time to start thinking about the steak. The steak. I love cooking in the outdoors, man. If I could start an outdoor cooking channel only, I might do that. It's just fun. Just fun. I got a nice thin little New York strip here. This thing should cook up pretty quick. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. Now, before I get to touching this, I'm gonna make sure I have my hand standing nearby. Not that steak is especially contaminated. It's not like chicken or something like that, but still a good practice. What do we got? What do we got? There it is. A little possibles pouch here. Okay. Our pepper, our salt, peel back this plastic, which just annoys me. Why do they have to put plastic on steak? Oh yeah. Bam, son. Bam, son. Bam, son. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Save a little salt for tomorrow for my egg. I brought one egg, so let's hope I don't break it, huh? Oopie. Close on that one. Okay. Okay, I think what I'll do is I will put this plastic in a garbage bag. This shall be my garbage bag. Garbage. And the steak. It's pressed real good. Make sure the salt and pepper adheres really well. Right? Okay. Just gonna pop it right on there, boys and girls. Pop it right on. There we go. And I think I'll just go ahead and burn this. Flame up, so I might have to move the mushy for a bit. Okay. And Sandy. All kosher. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha-cha. Okay. Garbage bag away. There it is. And there's the flaming of the mushy. The flaming of the mushy. Alright, so I've staged my little meal here for a picture. I want to get a picture. My camera. My cellular telephone camera. But let's do this first. Let's put the butter on. Oh yeah. That's the butter. That's the butter. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Oh, I'm putting butter on the screen. It's not good. Not good, boys and girls. Oh man, too many good shots there. Such a beautiful, beautiful meal. melt that butter just a tad. It's gonna have to go in the garbage too. You're not staying behind. Leave no trace. Mr. Guinness can. Jeez. It's almost disastrous. Alright guys, you deserve a close-up of this because you worked so hard watching me make this delicious dinner. You deserve to look at it as I eat it. Look at that. I think that's all we're gonna do right there. Oh yeah. Ah, he has prepared for me a table in the wilderness. Look at that. Ah. I think it's time to cut up the steak. Dang it. There he is. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, it's tender. Oh yeah. Although I'll tell you, tender, but I'm not sure it's medium rare. Oh yeah, there's a little pink in there. Looks like it's cooked hot and fast. Just the way I like it, hot and fast. I need to strop this knife when I get home. Alright, let's see how that works. Don't leave me! Don't leave me, Rosemary! Rosemary Marie! Man, I'm goofy. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. I haven't even finished my Guinness. It's not from that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I threw it all in the same pan. So now the balsamic vinegar is popping too. I actually really like that. The butter coming through with the rosemary, adding some nice fattiness. Let's see how this asparagus tastes. Asparagus. That's perfect. Really is. I don't mean to toot my own tooter, but it's really good. Oh. Alright, let's skewer one of these with the garlic in it. This bad boy. See how that tastes. Oh yeah. Sorry I can't share with y'all. But it's just not physically possible. You're over there, I'm over here. And we're literally in two different times. Think about that. I'm in the past, you're in the present. Someday we'll all be in the future. Think about that. Ugh. Let go, you meaty morsel. Let go. Man, I cleaned that. Look at that. All I did was eat every last bit of it and then dump the juices in the fire. That's it. That's good enough to fry an egg in the morning. Alright guys, I've got a little bit of a mess to clean up around here. I'm going to put all my kitchen gadgets and utensils away, clean them up as best as I can, and make sure my bed is all kind of prepped. Then I think I'm going to go on a little hike. I want to see if I can get up to the ridge and get a cell phone signal, maybe give my wife a call here before bedtime. Let her know that I'm okay and not dead. And yeah, then I'm going to chill. I brought a Mice and Men with me. I think I brought that with me last time, didn't get to read any of it. My brother gave it to me, so I really want to try to read it here. So no precip of any sort in the forecast tonight, so we should be okay in that regards. It is going to get a little bit cold, but I think we're well bundled up, so we should be good. All right, stick with me, boys and girls. We're going to have a good time reading. Brought a little whiskey, bring some whiskey. We'll snuggle, go to bed, and then I'll wake up with y'all, and I'll wake up with you, but I'm not going to snuggle you tonight. Because again, I'm here and you're there. And then in the morning, we're going to make some delicious breakfast and hike on out of here. All right. Would you guys like to go on me? Would you guys like to go with me on a little hike? Go up to the top of the ridge there. Call my wife. That sounds like a fun plan, right? Let's go do that. Okay, yes, I hear you all agreeing. I can tell you all are excited. Here we go. Going on an adventure up to the top of the hill, out in the wilderness. All this beautiful snow, all the beautiful sunsets. There's a hill and we're gonna climb it. See, I should have remembered that dang grass over there on the other side of the ridge. A lot of that is standing up and dry and snowless. I could have harvested that, put that right on top of the cattail fluff, and we would have been in good shape, but I did not remember to do that. So we had to resort to the old petroleum jelly. But that's okay. The important thing is that I have made fire. I'm seeing a lot of deer tracks around here. That's pretty cool. And I'll try to show you that porcupine that I saw earlier. When I saw it, I was without this camera. I'd gone a little scouting mission up to a ridge to see what I could see. And I heard a rustling, looked over, and there's a porcupine all freaked out by my presence, trying to clamber up this tree as quickly as he could. But I got some pictures of him, and I even got a little video, so I'll see if I can show those right now. Pine, I'm not gonna hurt you. Hey, it's okay. I think he just peed. Hey bud, it's okay. I'm not here to hunt you. Porcupines, man. Scary little creatures. Pretty cool. That's the one thing that surprises me. I've been seeing some of these, I don't know what they are, prickly pear cacti or something, all around. And some of them seem to be trying to maintain that little lobe. I guess, I assume those lobes were, what would it be, annual or perennial? They came back every year, but it looks like maybe he's just maintaining it and growing it. There's another little cacti dude. Can't tell what style that is. Anyway, you guys want to see if we can get a hold of Becca here, my wife? Let's see here. We've got one bar of 4G, so that's not bad. It's ringing. Ah, shoot, it dropped. That's weird. Let's try one more time. Hey, you there? Okay, can you hear me okay? Oh, good, good. Well, I'm up on a little ridge here, and the service isn't good down in the valley, but I just thought I'd call you and say hi. Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, hi. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Right. Okay, so I got a hold of my wife and I talked to her for a little bit there. Phone call kept dropping because, like I said, it's just one bar of 4G up here. But I feel lucky to have 4G considering how far out I am right now. All right, I'm gonna head down the ridge, back to the campsite, go tend the fire for a little bit, get snuggly, get cozy, maybe smoke my pipe. I'll turn the camera back on if anything interesting happens, like, you know, a puma attacks me or something like that, a cougar, a mountain lion, a big mean cat. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so this is that pipe roll I was talking about. I hand stitched it with just some canvas I found at a craft store, and then I just waxed the exterior with some of that otter wax. You can find that on Amazon. Made in the USA. The otter wax, that is. This also, but people often ask me why I like to smoke a pipe when I'm camping, and the answer is that campfire is just not enough smoke for me. So the tobacco is very dry, so we'll see how that all comes out. Probably smoke a little too hot, but we will see. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, I brought my Peterson second, Irish seconds, made in Ireland. Good little pipe, kind of an old school style bent stem. Although, let's be honest, all tobacco pipes are old school. Well, that is unless I'm talking to a bunch of 80-year-old grandpas out there, then it's current. Also hipsters, then it's current. Dang hipsters. What we can do with them. Pooey. Well, it's a little dry. With a little smoke. Try to dry out my boots a little bit without getting them singed too bad. Bushmills Black Bush Irish Whiskey, aged in sherry casks, I believe. I'm glad I brought a fresh change of socks. My plan is to sleep in those and then hang these guys up a little bit, see if they'll dry out overnight. It's supposed to freeze, so maybe not. We'll see. If I can get them a little bit dried over here by the fire, that should help. I swear every time I camp in Nebraska, there's coyotes. They're off in the distance right now, so I don't know if you can hear them. Last time I was out, they got pretty close. But then my batteries were dying, so I only got a really short clip of them. So it'd be fun. I brought twice as many batteries this time, so it would definitely be fun if this time I could catch some really good coyote sounds. Alright guys, so it's coming in on 10:30 now, so I think I'm gonna crawl into the sack and do a little bit more reading before I fall asleep. Got a big log on the fire over there, so hopefully that'll last me a good several hours and keep the fire kind of hot and going, so it'll be easy to start up in the morning. I'm going to get my little Yuko candle lantern going, try to read by that, and I will catch up with you when I'm ready to go to sleep here. Say goodnight. See how this thing works. This is kind of new to me. Never really used one before. I lit one up long enough to know you can burn yourself real good on the top though. The top gets real hot. Gotta watch out for that. Come on, baby. That's trying to die. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty. Alright, let's take this light off. And we'll put the reflector on so it fires back into the tent. Let's see if that's visible. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see that. You see the lantern anyway. And kind of the glow of the fire. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I think that'll work. I think it'll work to read by anyway. Alright. Gonna hop in the sack here. Doesn't it look cozy? Alright guys, I am comfortably and cozily here in bed. Got a new climate insulated pad I'm trying out tonight. And then underneath that I've got one of those Thermarest Z-Lite soles. So that should give me good insulation from the ground. I've got my 20-degree down bag here. It's a Kelty Cosmic 20. I got a little pillow here. So we'll see how that works. If we get cold, I've got some extra layers. I've got some little heat, hand heaters, hand warmers. And I've got this wool blanket I can drape over me too. So we should be fine. Might get a little bit of the radiant heat from the fire, although we're kind of a ways away there. It's a good 4 feet or so. So anyway, check the temp here before we go to bed. I don't know if you guys can pick that up. Right now it looks like about 40. I checked it before I hung it up here when I was hanging over by the backpack, and it said about 28. So I think it's getting some of that radiant heat from the fire. So that's a good sign that this whole setup is working and the fire actually is putting some heat out over here. Yeah, we got our little lantern going. This little reflector. It seems to be going good. I don't have my headlamp on, and I'm able to read just fine. Of course, I've also got the light of the fire too, but it seems to work out pretty good. So I got all my things. I got my water bottle, which you can't really see. Let's see. Water bottle, my gun, my knife, another hand warmer, gloves, axe, all the things I might need in the middle of the night. Hopefully I don't need most of those things. And yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay here. We will see you guys in the morning. Thanks for joining me. We'll cook up some bacon and eggs and oatmeal and coffee, and then we'll hit the road, head back home, see my wife and kids. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, guys. It's about 7:20 now. The sky's finally starting to get light out there. It's a cold night. I'm glad I brought all the gear I did because I used just about every little bit of it. My thermometer is saying right on 20 degrees. So not bad, but that's what my bag is rated at. So I'm glad I had some extra clothing and this wool blanket and stuff to keep me warm. Kind of kept the fire going. It's down to just some coals. You probably can't even see it in this light. But I'm gonna get up and get dressed and get the fire going a little bit, and we'll cook up some breakfast here. Okay, so I got my breakfast utensils and things set out here, getting ready to get going. My fire stoked it up, as you can see. It's getting lighter. Don't even need my headlamp to look around and find things, so we're getting rolling here. I'm gonna get the bacon on and get the water boiling first, and then obviously the coffee and the oatmeal will come after that, and we'll do the egg somewhere there in the middle too here. Oh, we're frozen. We're frozen, boys and girls. Just a little frozen. Wow. Get bubbly. Okay, that's ready. Alright, so I've got my cooksa. I'm going to put my little filter right inside it like that. I'm going to pour the coffee into the filter, and then I'm going to pour the hot water over that. Ethiopia Guji is what they're calling it. This is some more of that calico stuff we always get. It's awesome. Ooh. Well, bacon grease farming never hurt nobody, except for the people got burned. Those people are hurt. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. Pour over style, man. Okay, we got that battery changed. Egg is cooking up, finishing up the bacon. I think we ate everything else we brought, including that delicious, delicious Ethiopia Guji coffee. I'm gonna throw some salt on my egg while I'm thinking about it. Probably doesn't need any because of the bacon grease, but you know what they say? Salt is essential for life. I'm pretty sure they say that. Alright, I think it needs a little flipper. A little flipperoonie. They call him Flipper, 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 faster than lightning. Well, seems we have reached an impasse here. Mr. Eggmobile does not want to be flipped. Oh, I got him. Dairy in one, egg nothing. It ain't pretty. It's got all sorts of black, crusty stuff from the pan, but that is a perfectly runny yolk. See that? How it's just barely runny. Oh, it's good. We get them from some family friends that raise their own chickens, so we know they're healthy chickens, healthy eggs. That's hot. But delicious. I think the bacon grease makes it that much more healthy. Call him Greasy, 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 the greasiest camper. Oh, so pretty. Look how orange that yolk is. So orange right now. But I mean, like the bacon grease, that's calories, man. Like if you're just trying to survive, you better find a way to use that bacon grease, you know? Well, that was a delicious breakfast. Thanks for sticking with me as I made my food, watching me eat food and not sharing any of it with you. That was polite of you. I'm just going to clean up now. I will check back in with you when we're breaking camp and headed out here. What a mess. Alright guys, so I've got camp all broken down here. I've got the fire put cold out here. It's cold to the touch, covered in snow. I've got everything packed up and ready to go. Just need to pack my chair up. I put on yak tracks this morning instead of the snowshoes, because the snowshoes just weren't all that useful yesterday. And because everything's frozen solid this morning, these will give me good traction, and I'm not going to have mud to worry about. I hate wearing these in mud, but everything's so frozen it should be good. So, yeah, that's kind of our story here. I'm going to get packed up, and then I'll say adios. Alright guys, I'm all set, ready to go. I'm going to head out of here. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate your views and your comments. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below it. That feedback gives me ideas on what I might do better or different next time. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe and tick the bell for notifications. That'd be great. And as always, be kind, be adventurous, and keep bushcrafting or camping. Get outdoors. Alright guys, thanks. See ya. These guys are not very happy with each other. Oh, see, here's all the hens. I think that's who they're fighting over. Look at them go. I think I heard some of those guys in the night, actually. And then I heard this like growling sound. And I was like, oh crap, there's a mountain lion going after a turkey. But I don't know. I could just have been hearing things, or really I'm not sure what a mountain lion sounds like, but it was definitely kind of a growling sort of sound.